This year, 19 AD, the heir to the Roman Empire, Germanicus, dies under mysterious circumstances. A new kingdom is established in Asia, and Wang Mang continues to deal with a multitude of serious rebellions against his rule. Welcome to the Yearly Histories, where we will highlight the major events that take place in the Common Era, year by year. Last year, we saw the Romans agreeing with the Parthians to remove Vonones I from the throne of Armenia, Tacfarinas continuing his revolt against the Romans in North Africa, and the Red Eyebrows Rebellion breaking out in China. Starting off the year, the Berber rebel Tacfarinas and his army of marauders continue their lightning guerrilla raids into Roman territory. Since they started destabilizing crucial regions of the empire responsible for grain production, the price has been rising steadily in Rome. It is unknown whether these two events are linked, but this year, riots break out over the inflated prices of grain. Tiberius's hand is forced, and he decides to fix the price of grain for all purchasers to prevent the price from spiraling out of control, while also compensating the grain merchants with government subsidies. Emperor Tiberius is not only dealing with economic problems in Rome this year. His time in power has seen the Jewish people gaining a more prominent presence in the capital. In one instance, a quartet of Jewish con artists who had been expelled from Judea had taken up residence in Rome and scammed a prominent Roman matron out of money and other valuables, giving these Jews a bad name in the capital. Tiberius responds by ordering all Jews of military age to join the Roman military and expels the rest of the Jewish population from Rome on punishment of enslavement for life. Last year, we saw the Romans coming to an agreement with the Parthians, wherein they would remove Vonones I from the throne of Armenia. They took him into custody and have been holding him in Syria. This year, they decide to move him to Cilicia. Once there, he attempts to escape, but fails and is killed by his guards. The former king of the Parthian Empire and later king of Armenia, has fallen far in the past 10 years and is now gone for good. His death and the now unchallenged position of Artabanus II at the head of the empire splits the Parthian nobility, since not all of them supported a new branch of the Arsacid family taking over the empire. Now let's check in on the saga between the heir of the Roman Empire, Germanicus, and his rival, Gnaeus Calpurnius Piso, who is the governor of Syria. Germanicus decides to travel from Syria to Egypt to visit the province, which is an important region for food production and has been experiencing famine. This is a controversial move, as since the time of Augustus, a rule has been in place prohibiting any high-level Roman official from entering Egypt without explicit permission from the emperor. Upon his return to Syria, he finds out that Piso had ordered the revocation of orders to the armies and cities that Germanicus had made before leaving for Egypt. In anger, Germanicus orders Piso to return to Rome, which is probably beyond his authority. In the midst of the feud, Germanicus falls ill and, while sick, accuses Piso of poisoning him, although Piso had left the province. Not too long after, the heir to the empire and popular commander dies. Several prominent Romans speculate about the sudden death and put the blame on Emperor Tiberius, suspecting he ordered Piso to poison Germanicus. Once the populace of Rome finds out about the death of the highly popular commander and noble, the panic and grief is immediate. At his funeral, there is abundant praise and reminders of his fine character, and a particular eulogy is given by Tiberius himself in the Senate. Now, Tiberius's biological son, Drusus, emerges as the heir apparent. He has seen some success while being stationed in Illyricum, but is not nearly as popular as Germanicus, and is well known for his quick and cruel temper, while also partaking in excessive alcoholic binges. To make matters worse for those around him, it seems as if his behavior is trending in the wrong direction as he ages. The Parthian Empire sees territory being lost on their eastern border this year. The Parthian satrap, which is their name for the governor of a province, named Gondophares, declares independence from Artabanus in the aftermath of the killing of Vonones I, and founds the Indo-Parthian kingdom. Artabanus and Gondophares most likely reach an agreement where the Indo-Parthians would not intervene in the affairs of the Arsacids in Parthia. The Indo-Parthians possibly retained Zoroastrianism as their prominent religion, which is the main religion of the Parthians, who they separated from. They retain some Greek influence as well, as Gondophares takes the Greek title of autokrator, meaning one who rules by himself. Further east in China, the new Chan Yu of the Xiongnu Confederacy is already bothering the unstable Qin dynasty. He orders a raid into Qin territory. But Wang Mang is not making matters any better for his increasingly unstable position as emperor. In response to the several agrarian rebellions ongoing in China, including the Lu Lin and Red Eyebrows rebellions in Shandong, he decides to raise taxes. This ends up enraging the rebels even more, and allows them to recruit more of the disaffected populace to their cause. Wang Mang refrains from sending in the massive imperial army and instead tries to take down the Red Eyebrows rebels with a local militia stationed in the eastern commanderies, but the emboldened rebel army dispatches them with relative ease. Now it's time for In Memoriam, where we look back on the lives of prominent figures who died in the year. Germanicus was born in Rome to the prominent father Nero Claudius Drusus, who was a renowned commander and politician. He was granted the title of Germanicus for his victories over Germanic tribes, which he passed down to his son, who accomplished great victories against them in his own right. Germanicus, who was the nephew of Tiberius, was adopted by him in 4 AD and became the heir to the Roman Empire once Augustus died. Germanicus was put in charge of the legions in Germania in 12 AD after Tiberius was sent back to Rome, and he found more and more success as the years went by. Germanicus avenged the great Roman defeat at the Teutoburg Forest by conducting raids on Germanic tribes and defeating his rival Arminius multiple times at the Battle of Itis Diviso and the Battle of the Angravarian Wall in 16 AD, even seeing the reclamation of the coveted Roman standards which were lost at Teutoburg. He returned to Rome as a victorious commander at the height of his popularity and received a triumph for his achievements. Germanicus also held several high-ranking positions, including consul and commander of Roman forces in the east, where he was tasked with diplomatic and military duties. It was in the east where he finally died under mysterious circumstances. The Romans will have a hard time finding a beloved commander that they can turn to in the future in the aftermath of this tragic and sudden death. We will leave this year, 19 AD, with the death of Germanicus, Drusus becoming the new heir to the Roman Empire, and the Indo-Parthian kingdom being established by Gondophares after seceding from the Parthian Empire. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to be notified when the next iteration of the yearly histories will be released. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next year in 20 AD to continue the fascinating stories of the world of antiquity and cover its major events.